Hey there, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be covering a MLB power ranking video. Now, these power rankings are according to CBS.com, so we will be taking that into consideration. I'll talk a little bit about what I like and don't like about it. However, they had a pretty good comprehensive list here for these power rankings. So starting off with the bottom four, we have the Reds, the Athletics, Cubs, and Royals. Now, there's not a whole lot to say about some of these cold streaks have been really, really cold. Obviously, the Cincinnati Reds were able to pull off 2 wins against the Pittsburgh Pirates, which definitely helped them get out of there a little bit of a slump. However, still projected to go 29 and 133. The Oakland Athletics are a team that have just been struggling mightily with hitting and pitching. So both in both regards, they've definitely been on a downward slump. 9 losses in a row, not ideal for the Athletics. Chicago Cubs lost 14 of 17. And then also, the Kansas City Royals are a team that I thought would, be a little more competitive than they have been this year. Still have that 9 and 17 record here at 27. Now we're going to go ahead and go up a little bit further. Now this is where we start to get some teams that are not completely out of the mix, but definitely are in consideration for still one of the worst teams. I'm going to back it up just a little bit so you guys can see here. We have the Tigers, Pirates, and Nationals, 26, 25, and 24. The Detroit Tigers, once again, they've been a team that has done a really nice job in terms of drafting and developing talent. They're just not there yet. Their roster is too young. The Pittsburgh Pirates here at 25. And then once again, the Washington Nationals. Obviously, having a guy like Juan Soto on your team definitely helps, but there's just not enough around him right now to really make this a truly, truly viable team. But a lot of these teams are definitely heading in the right direction. Don't get me wrong. Pittsburgh is just, they've had a lot of issues so far this year. Let's just say that. Now, looking at the Boston Red Sox are a surprise down here at 10 and 19. I think that with how they've played, they've definitely deserved to, I guess, be down in this area. However, it's just shocking with how much talent is on this roster. In actuality, they added Trevor Story in the offseason. Thought they were going to be much, much better this year. Obviously, they've dealt with a couple of injuries, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at this Red Sox team as they got to turn it around. Obviously, not a good start to the year, so keep that in mind. But this is a much better roster than being 23rd. And then the Baltimore Orioles are a team that is ascending a little bit. They've jumped up 4 spots here. However, they're still sitting at that 12 and 17 record. They're actually playing a little bit better than people had anticipated going into the year. So a little bit of credit to them. Now you have the Texas Rangers, a team that spent a lot of money in the offseason, obviously bringing in Marcus Semien, Corey Seager. I think when you look at what they've done, it's a little scary. It's definitely scary if you're a Rangers fan, and there's a lot to fix on this team. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot to fix. Once again, they're 11 and 16. They're still in the hunt. However, there's a little bit of concern for me for where this team's at right now. Now you have the Philadelphia Phillies. Once again, this is a team that is in a very competitive NL East. Looking at what they've been able to do recently, they've dropped a little bit in these power rankings, down 5 spots. Not a huge surprise considering that they've slumped a little bit recently. Now we have the Seattle Mariners at 19. You have the Miami Marlins at 18. When you look at the Miami Marlins, they've got to be one of the most maddening teams, considering that they had just got destroyed by the Diamondbacks. That was a very, very tough series for the Miami Marlins to sustain, just considering they had been playing so well at that point. They ran in the Diamondbacks, just couldn't push across many runs. They were losing the close games. This is a team that's back half of the bullpen is where I definitely have my concerns. There's not a lot of guys in the back half that I do trust with this rotation, this bullpen, but their rotation is impressive. Pablo Lopez has been on an absolute tear. You have Sandy Alcantara, and when you look at what they've been able to put together, this is a good team. However, definitely need some more offense. They tried in the offseason with Avisail Garcia. They tried with Jorge Soler. Neither guy is producing at a rate that they thought they would be. Granted, Soler just had hit a grand slam. I'm not going to let that recency bias play into this. Looking at 17, Chicago White Sox, here they come. Here they come. They've been playing some really good baseball. I believe they're 7-3 in their last 10. This is a team that is on the rise once again. We knew this team was too talented to be where they were at in the standings. So this is kind of a correction to the mean or where they should be at. We got Chicago White Sox at 17, followed up by the Rockies at 16. And this is one of the surprise teams in baseball, just considering where their roster was. You definitely felt that they were going to finish, or at least at this point in the year, be towards the bottom. For them to be kind of hovering in the middle is very, very shocking. I'm very, very impressed with what I've been able to see. Chad Kuhl. So a lot of credit to this Rockies organization for staying, weathering the storm, and really trying to play this year. They've exceeded a lot of people's expectations. Then you got the Arizona Diamondbacks, definitely jumping up here at 15. Zach Gallen has been an absolute star since coming back from his injury. There's so much to love about what he brings as a starting pitcher, and this is a pesky team, tough team to put away. 14, got the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland Guardians are once again one of those teams that have been hot recently, and they've been trying to get back into that AL Central mix, and they've been able to do that. So up 4 spots as well for them. We got another riser of 4 spots here. We have the Atlanta Braves. This is a team that is too talented to be sitting outside the top 10. Now we know what they are. This is an offensive juggernaut. Also a nice complementary pitching to go alongside of it. Obviously losing Freddie Freeman was a big deal, but Matt Olson is a good player, good replacement there. So we got the Braves at 13. Then we have the San Francisco Giants, and we also have the St. Louis Cardinals here at 12 and 11. Once again, the Giants are one of those teams that just, despite them winning 107 games last year, there's a lot of people that felt that they weren't that kind of team. However, I think they're right in the mix of it. They've dropped a couple of games recently, making them slide 6 spots. And then you got the Cardinals. I look at them, and they impress me year in, year out. When you look at their roster heading into the year, they always overperform what the roster shows. So a lot of credit to this Cardinals organization for being so consistent. Now you have the Blue Jays and the Twins. Big tumble for the Blue Jays in these power rankings, down 8 spots. And then also for the Twins, you have Carlos Correa going down. Royce Lewis is getting an opportunity to play. Byron Buxton has been on an absolute tear. He's a big difference maker in this lineup. So Twins, Blue Jays are sitting here. Now the next two, we have the Rays and Brewers. Rays are a team that continues to pitch well, and I think that they are opportunistic at generating runs. So the Tampa Bay Rays are in a really good position here. Once again, in a very tough AL East, you're battling with the Yankees. You got the Blue Jays, and then the Red Sox will kind of adjust and get back to the mean of who they should be. Rowdy Tellez has been on fire for the Brewers here at number 7. A lot of people feel that Christian Yelich will be back this year, so hopefully he can get to his MVP level form, something we have not seen in quite some time. But if we think back to when he was an MVP, man, huge difference maker in the lineup. The Brewers continue to find ways to win games. Super, super impressive here. Number 6, we got the Astros, followed up by 5, the Padres. The Padres are a team that felt that, they pushed a lot of their chips in last year. It didn't really work out. Obviously, a lot of injuries for them. And then the Houston Astros, despite not having Carlos Correa, continue to ascend in the power rankings. They are getting it done on a week in, week out basis. They are up 8 spots. San Diego Padres are up 5. Then you have the Angels, followed by the Mets. The Angels, finally, we're starting to see some winning associated with Mike Trout. And you also look at Shohei Ohtani, another guy that's super dynamic. Anthony Rendon's a star in his own right. A lot of star power on this team, finally able to see that turn into some wins. So that's big for this team. 19-11 record. They're up 1. Then the Mets down 2. This is a team that shot out of the gate very, very hot. Slid a little bit in these power rankings. However, they are full of a lot of weapons in that rotation and also in the lineup. There's so much to love about this Mets team. It's hard to pitch to them and it's hard to hit against them. So that's just the bottom line. And then finally, you have the Yankees and Dodgers. The New York Yankees are a team that they're just on fire. They are just on fire. And then also the Dodgers, it's hard when they have that collection of talent. It's hard to not put them at 1 every single week with how good they are, how consistent they are. how well they pitch, and a lineup that is just unbearable to face. Every guy in that lineup is dangerous. You have to give them a lot of credit in that organization. So let me know in the comment section below, which of these power rankings did you not agree with? Are there a couple teams too high, too low? Let me know in that comment section below. Thanks again, guys, for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you in the very next video.